These are the 7 most powerful animals in Africa. Welcome everyone to another video here on the channel. Wild Animal Zone is back, like a lion taking a 2-year nap and waking up starving. We're back in full force. And speaking of strength, let's talk about those who truly know what it means. Today, we're stepping into the ring with Africa's heavyweights, the ones who make the savannah shake just by showing up. And yes, I know you are probably thinking the lion is the big boss, right? Hold on, the lion is powerful, but there are some guys out there who put him to shame, or rather, under hoof. Lion, the king of the jungle, or rather the savannah, because let's be honest, most lions have probably never even set foot in a jungle. But let's be real, when you are known as the king, who needs geographical precision, right? After all, if T here is anyone who truly commands respect wherever they go, it's this colossal feline. And contrary to what people often think, the lion doesn't earn this title for nothing. It's in fact one of the most feared and effective predators on the entire continent. And T here is no denying it. When we talk about the most powerful animals in Africa, the lion can't be left off the list. But what makes it truly powerful? Let's get to the point. First, brute strength. An adult lion can weigh up to 250 kilograms, 550 pounds, and it's all muscle. With a bite force of around 700 psi, pounds per square inch, it can easily crush the necks of its prey. Combine that with claws that look like knives and incredible agility for an animal of its size, and you've got a lethal predator. It's no wonder it's considered one of the top predators in the food chain. And what about teamwork? The lionesses, of course, are the masters of the hunt. Here is one of the lion's superpowers: cooperation. While many predators hunt alone, lions are like an organized army. They surround their prey, attack in groups, and ensure that no gnu, zebra, or buffalo escapes their grasp. This ability to work together is what makes them one of the savannah's most efficient hunters. Rhinoceros. If the elephant is the tank, the rhinoceros is basically a battering ram on wheels minus the wheels, and much more dangerous. With its rugged medieval appearance, it looks like something straight out of a fantasy movie, but it's very real and much scarier. Just imagine a wall of muscle weighing up to 2.5 tons, charging at 50 kilometers per h, 31 miles per hour. Yes, it's essentially a sports car with a massive horn up front. Speaking of that horn, it's the cherry on top. It's not made of bone, it's composed of keratin, the same material as our nails and hair. But while your nails might scratch a little, the rhino's horn can reduce anything in its path to dust. And by anything, I mean practically any animal unlucky enough to irritate this walking mountain. And it doesn't take much to provoke it either. The rhino is notorious for its explosive temper, and let's say, less than stellar vision. If it sees you or thinks it sees you, brace yourself, because it's coming at you with everything it's got. Speaking of its poor eyesight, the rhino's vision is a classic quirk of nature. You know that friend who mistakes a lamppost for a person? Well, the rhino has the same issue, except it doesn't apologize afterward. If something moves within its field of vision, it doesn't stop to analyze. It immediately switches to bulldozer mode. At the same time, the rhino is something of a lone warrior in the savannah. It doesn't travel in large groups, preferring to stay solo or in small family groups. Maybe it's because, well, who needs friends when you are a walking fortress? African elephant. The African elephant, the true tank of nature. If you think your SUV is big, you need to see this guy up close. We're talking about an animal that can weigh up to 7 tons. That's right, 7 tons. Basically, the equivalent of stacking a few trucks and calling it an animal. It can crush anything in its path without even noticing. Let's be real, the elephant doesn't need to fight, and just walking around solves everything under its massive feet. And that trunk? It's not just a stylish nose. With it, the elephant can grab things, knock down trees, and, if it feels like it, hurl a stone the size of a car at someone. Oh, and by the way, it can sniff out water from up to 19 kilometers 12 miles away. If you think your GPS is good, the elephant laughs in your face while finding an oasis in the middle of nowhere. And here is a fun fact. It can drink up to 50 liters, 13 gallons of water in one go. It's like having a portable pool with every sip. Now, about temperamenture. The elephant may seem peaceful, a gentle giant, but don't be fooled. When it gets angry, and yes, it can have a short fuse, sometimes you don't want to be in its way. It's basically a walking, don't mess with me sign. And what about intelligence? Elephants can remember paths, water sources, and even friends or enemies from decades ago. So, you'd better not mess up with an elephant, because it will remember. If you ever come across an African elephant in the savannah, the advice is simple: admire it from a distance. Because honestly, you might be a great runner, but you are not outrunning this wall of muscle and its multifunctional trunk. Hippopotamus. If you think it's just a cute, chubby creature floating lazily in the water all day, you better brace yourself for the harsh truth. The hippopotamus is, in fact, the psychopath of Africa's rivers. Yes, that animal that looks like an inflatable water park toy is responsible for more human deaths than lions, rhinos, and even crocodiles. Why? Because it simply doesn't care about anyone. Weighing nearly 2 tons of solid mass, the hippo is like a floating tank. Despite its seemingly slow and lazy demeanor, it can run at an impressive 30 kilometers per h, 19 miles per hour, on land. That's right, this ball of muscle with teeth, the size of machetes, can outrun you while you are still deciding whether to flee. In the water, it glides like an underwater torpedo with a really bad temper. And those massive teeth? They're not just for show. With canines that can grow up to 50 centimeters, 20 inches, long. The hippo uses its colossal chompers to defend itself, or rather, to attack anyone daring enough to trespass into its territory. It's not one for small talk, you see. 1 minute, you think you are enjoying a peaceful day in an African river, soaking up nature. The next minute, there it is, charging at you with its enormous mouth wide open, ready to turn you into a snack. And the most ironic part? The hippo is a vegetarian. Yes, despite being the terror of the rivers, it only eats plants. But if you think that makes it harmless, think again. Hippos are extremely territorial. They mark their turf with what can only be described as the animal equivalent of a poop-spraying fan. Seriously, they wag their tails to fling their droppings everywhere, just to let everyone know that the area is private property. If that doesn't get the message across, nothing will. Giraffe. Ah, the giraffe. When you think of a powerful animal, it's probably not the first one that comes to mind, right? After all, it looks more like the awkward supermodel of the savannah than a contender for raw strength. But don't be fooled. At 6 meters, 20 feet, tall, the giraffe is more than just a long, elegant neck. It's a true giant of the savannah, and that height isn't just for show. First of all, think of the strategic advantage. The giraffe has a panoramic view of the battlefield that is the savannah. While others are down at grass level, it's surveying everything from above, like a general in a watchtower. If a predator approaches, it spots them from a distance, giving it plenty of time to decide what to do. Run? Absolutely. They can sprint up to 60 kilometers per h, 37 miles per hour, for short bursts. And let's be honest, running with legs that long is almost effortless. But what happens when running isn't an option? That's when the giraffe's true power comes into play. Those thin legs? They're not just for striking a pose. A giraffe's kick is one of nature's secret weapons. A single well-placed kick can crush a lion's skull. That's not an exaggeration. A giraffe's kick is so powerful it can send any predator flying, whether it's using its back legs or even its front legs, if needed. And if you think their strength ends with their kicks, think again. That long, delicate-looking neck becomes a weapon when giraffes fight each other. They engage in epic neck battles, swinging their heads like hammers in a true clash of giants. These necking duels aren't just playful, they're like the UFC of the savannah, only in slow motion. A single blow from a giraffe's neck is strong enough to knock out an opponent. So, while the giraffe might look like a graceful giant, it's not just about appearances, it's a powerhouse when it needs to be. African buffalo. Ah, the African buffalo, the ultimate bad boy of the savannah. If the savannah were a school, the buffalo would be the bully everyone respects, but no one dares to cross in the hallway. It may look like an oversized cow, but trust me, this guy is more like an armored tank with razor-sharp horns. Let's start with its size. An African buffalo easily weighs between 500 and 900 kilograms, 1,100, 2,000 pounds, which makes it practically a compact car on legs. And unlike many of the other big players in the savannah, it's not one to rush around aimlessly. Its attitude is more like, if you see me, You'd better get out of my way. After all, who's going to argue with an animal that can run at 55 kilometers per age, 34 miles per hour, when it's in a bad mood? Now, let's talk about the horns. That crown on its head isn't just for show, it's a true weapon of destruction. A buffalo's horns are thick, curved, and razor sharp. Perfect for goring anything it feels is threatening its space. In fact, the thickest part of the horns even has a fancy name, the boss. It's essentially the buffalo's built-in helmet, designed to withstand the most brutal blows. Who needs a motorcycle helmet when you were born with one? And about its temperament, well, if the buffalo were human, it'd be the guy who never forgets a grudge. If you are unlucky enough to upset one, rest assured it will remember and come back to settle the score. It's no wonder they're known for being extremely unpredictable and dangerous. In fact, the African buffalo is one of the big five, the 5 most challenging animals to hunt in Africa. Not because it's particularly hard to find, but because it will come after you before you even have the chance to do anything. Crocodile. The crocodile true dinosaur of Africa that never accepted retirement. While other dinosaurs disappeared, the crocodile stood firm and strong, practically saying, "I am staying here. Thank you." And it's no wonder that it's one of the most powerful animals in Africa. We're talking about a predator that has existed for over 200 million years. Basically the grandfather of all modern predators. With lengths of up to 6 meters, 20 feet, and weighing nearly a ton, the Nile crocodile is an armored tank with teeth. It may not be the fastest on land, although it can give a scare by reaching 15 kilometers per age, 9 miles per hour, in short bursts. But in the water, it's unbeatable. Now let's talk about its bite. The crocodile isn't here to play hide and seek. Its bite force reaches an astonishing 3,700 psi. Just for comparison, that's more than triple the bite force of a lion. It has enough strength to crush bones with the same ease that you bite into an apple. After grabbing its prey, it doesn't stop at just one bite. It applies the famous death roll. It violently spins its body to shred the flesh of its prey, like a blender of the savannah. No wonder even the largest mammals avoid coming too close to the river's edge. An appetite? Oh, the crocodile isn't picky. It goes from fish to antelopes, zebras, moose, and even buffalo hate ever crosses its path and is on the menu. And if it's unlucky, even a lion might end up being invited to dinner as the main course, of course.